Hey, what's good, people? So I've been telling y'all I would do a studio walkthrough for a long time now. So yeah, it's long overdue, I know. So let's go. First off, we have Native Instruments Machine. It's a drum controller that has its own software, and you can also use it as a plug-in with your DAW, whether it be Pro Tools, Cubase, Ableton Live, etc. Comes with thousands of sounds already preloaded. You can also buy expansion packs through Native Instruments website. I also have Native Instruments Complete 8, the software plugins that include FM8, Massive, Absinthe, and so on. Some of these plugins you might recognize. Next is my turntable. It's an Ion Profile LP. It's just a cheap little record player. I don't remember where I got it from, but I know they sell them at like Radio Shack. They're like 60 bucks. I think I bought mine online for like 30, I don't know. I just need a record player. The audio out goes into one of the inputs on my mixer, which then I transport all the audio live into Pro Tools. I can also transport the audio to Machine in standalone mode, using Machine in standalone mode, and then chop it up using it that way. So sometimes I'll use Pro Tools to chop up the file, depending on whether or not I need to chop up the file a lot, because sometimes the timing is off. If the timing's pretty dead on, or if I'm not using a really long sample, I'll use Machine, because it's just a lot more fun to do that in Machine, and you have a little bit more control. Also has some old school MPC effects in there that you can add, some 8-bit crunch. Like, it's a really good piece of equipment to sample through. Moving on. Next we have my Xenix 1002 mixer. It's just an 8-channel mixer that I use to add on to my interface, which is a M Audio Fast Track Ultra. Comes with 6 inputs. Comes with 4 XLR inputs on the front, 6 inputs on the back, so you can use stereo line-in inputs 1 through 6, or you can use inputs 1 through 4 on the front. 4 that are on the front, there's switches that you can use to use whether you want to use the front or not. So you can have a lot of things plugged into it, but you can choose whether to use the front or the back. And then the mixer, I got to add more inputs. Like, say I have people come in that want to plug in their guitars or whatever. I have that ability to do so here. Plug in more mics, because has the XLR inputs on that or whatever. I'll show you guys my guitars. First, right here is the Epiphone special model. It's just a cheap guitar that, it's not cheap. Yeah, it's cheap in price, but for what I need it for, I'm not doing a lot of shredding. What I'm saying? It's just for basic inputs. And Complete 8 comes with Guitar Rig. So I can use Guitar Rig for all my effects. I don't have to have any special effects pedals or special amps. For that, I'll just use Guitar Rig 5 for all that. Next, I have my Luna acoustic. I had one of these a long time ago. I just really love the action. The action's really nice. It plays really well. Plays like an electric. Has an electric feel, but it's got a great acoustic sound also. So I like that. Next, I have my Epiphone Les Paul Special Bass. A Les Paul, for those of you that may not know, is just the body style. So anything that you see is like Les Paul style. It's that type of style right there as far as the body. And then I have like an old Oscar Schmidt guitar. I had another Luna before, but I smashed it to pieces. Next, I use iKey audio monitors. They sound similar to my old KRK Rockets. They have great sound. The bass is a little bit better than the Rocket RP5s. But this model is the M606. The M808s hit hard, but those are pretty expensive. And I got these on a really good deal. Normally they're like 200 bucks for one, and I got them both for 200 on Amazon. So you just gotta search around a little bit to find some deals. Next, of course, you guys recognize the Korg M3, powerful workstation. A lot of people ask me, should I get the Motif, the Phantom, Roland Phantom, or the Korg M3? I'll give you guys a little bit of insight on each one of those. Now, I haven't played with all of them well enough to know them to give you a breakdown of what to look for, but from personal experience, The M3 has a great ability to build sounds, you know, so like individually the sounds might not sound great, but the Karma engine, the software that's used inside of the M3 allows you to build your own sound. So I can build one sound using up to 16 instruments. They have that ability in there. They also have a lot of presets that just sound great. And the Karma engine, you can look up a little bit about that if you want to know a little bit more about what Karma is. But basically, it's kind of like an arpeggiator, but it's structured, preset structured. So it comes factory like that, and they just produce some great sounds. And they have a lot of preset combis that are great, sound great. Have a lot of great orchestral sounds in it. The basses I don't really care for, but I will use a bass in there, and then I'll just use effects to get the sound that I want, like in Pro Tools. Transport the audio and edit the clip in Pro Tools to get it to sound like I want. The Motif, I heard, has great, I mean, I've played around with it myself a little bit, and individual sounds are great. Like the pianos on there are amazing. Like the strings are amazing. Our arpeggiator, you know, you can build the arpeggiator the way you want. Has great options with that. I mean, it's a really nice piece of equipment, but you kind of have to play with it, you know, to get a feel, you know, if you like it or not. Because some people just don't like hitting all the buttons. You know, the M3 is touchscreen, so I'm used to it. You know, so that's what I use all the time, just because I like the touchscreen feel. Buttons kind of confuse me, but I mean, that's just personal preference now. But the Motif has amazing sounds, and the Phantom does too. The Phantom has a lot of great individual sounds, but by far I think the M3's ability to create sounds is the best. That's why I ended up choosing it. But nonetheless, the Phantom and the Motif are all great pieces of equipment. You just kind of have to play with them and see what you like. Next is my synth. It's the Novation Ultra Nova. I know nothing about it. No, but seriously, it's a vocoder synthesizer. It has a lot of features on it that I have yet to play with. I just have been cycling through the presets just to kind of get a feel for what it can do. It's a little bit intimidating trying to use all of it because I don't really understand oscillators and the whole synth engine yet. I'm still learning. I started learning a little bit when I started using started getting into dubstep a little bit, but it's still difficult, and I'm still trying to get a grasp on how to build my own sounds and get the proper wobble, you know, the UKF style down. So, but it does have great sounds, and you know, it's more of a foreign product as far as like used overseas a lot more because of that style of music, dance, trance, dubstep, you know, those kinds of things. But I thought I'd give it a shot, you know. Try it out, and it's gonna take me some time to get used to it, but you know, that's what it is. So that's all of my equipment that I use. Software that I'm using is Pro Tools 8 M-powered. I use 8M. It's Pro Tools 8 MP because I have a M-Audio piece of equipment. Pro Tools is proprietary software, so you have to use their equipment with it, either whether it be an M-Audio product or a DigiDesign product. Like I said, Complete 8. I use Machine sometimes in standalone mode, or sometimes I'll use it as a plugin in Pro Tools, which you can, you know, pretty much do for any plugin. You can use any RTAS plugin, some VSTs in Pro Tools. So I'll go throughout the rest of the studio and show you all the other simple things that I have laying around. This right here is an Applied Research and Technology preamp that I use for my mic. I just got it. Don't pay attention to this down here. I don't use it. It's just a stand for me. So here's the booth. It's not done yet. I kind of ran out of money. So I didn't have a chance to put up all the wall or all the foam. That's kind of all I have laid in there. There's a screen right there so people can see the words if they need the words. This mic is an AKG C2000B given to me by my friend Andy Paulin. I appreciate that, man. Just have some Audio-Technica ATH T400 headphones here. some little cheapies. Here's a booth from the outside. This wall signifies different landmarks throughout the world. I have the Eiffel Tower, Chrysler Building, Flatiron Building in New York, Bay Bridge, Radio City Music Hall. Different landmarks throughout the world. And I ran out of money for posters too, so once I get some funds together, I'll finish the wall. But that's the purpose of what's on the wall, landmarks. I got a little TV over there, a little Xbox if I get bored, or if my friends get bored, they can come play. Up here, I have the Landmarq vinyl. Anybody that comes to visit me, I just have them sign the wall, just because it's not my wall, it's everybody's wall. I have track lighting up, because the lighting that was in here before was some like old fluorescent lighting. It was terrible. Well, it's still here. Here, I'll turn it on for you. See how crappy it looks? Crappy. It's like an office. Like, no, this ain't an office. I need that home feel, that home environment. The things are comfortable, warm lighting. Here we go. So yeah, this is the setup. This is everything that I use to make my hits. You know how I do. Appreciate you guys' support as always. Hopefully this gives somebody some ideas as far as what they want to do with their own studio. It's not all based about the money. All this hardware is necessary. I started out just with the computer using loops, samples, and looping stuff. But I'm blessed with a good job, 2 jobs actually, that allows me to do this. That allows me to have this place and have all these nice things. So I spoiled myself a little bit. What can I say? I got the money, I can do it, but now things are all tight. So, but yeah, I'll probably go into a deeper detail as far as like each piece of equipment in upcoming videos. Break things down a little bit more because that's what you guys asked for. So look for those in the near future. So, Landmarq Music Group. Yeah.